Give these guys some tips with online game. Talk about the importance of photography. Um, some of the approach mechanisms. Like I know that you've done like a full course on it with Pandemic with John, so it would take literally like several hours to go through it all. But
Yeah.
give them some of the nuggets, like
Yeah,
some of the
sure.
stuff at 30,000 feet.
Yeah, so the biggest thing, so I know everybody likes to say, oh, online dating is BS, it doesn't work or whatever. Look at the Tinder study from 2015 where women found 80% of guys
Oh,
unattractive.
look at the Tinder study, Myron.
Yeah,
You're wasting your time.
exactly. Like people come in and tell me, I can't tell you how many people call me and John scammers, and then you know what I mean. And we're like, okay, so in my YouTube video, I broke this down. Like the reason why girls find so many guys unattractive on dating sites isn't necessarily because the guys are ugly, but the way they convey themselves is ugly. And what I mean by that is that guys take bad pictures, their profiles are low value, etc. So some top tips I can give right now are go against the grain. So what I mean by that, the average Joe has average pictures with his friends drinking a beer at a bar, and it's like, oh, okay, man, you're just another like frat guy. What you need to do is demonstrate higher value and take good pictures in cool areas, professional photography that shows you in a good light. You know what I mean? It's amazing how a few professional photos will dramatically increase your results with online dating, because you need to convey yourself in a way that's high value. But you don't have to necessarily be the best looking guy. Just like I said, there's always an attraction floor. So as long as I think every man is capable of getting himself to at least a 7. If you take care of yourself in the gym, if you take care of yourself, like your skin, your teeth, get in the gym and work out, you're going to become attractive. Like, if guys walk around with dirty like teeth, for example, are like one of the easiest ways to demonstrate, like to increase your S&B by like 2 or 3 points. Because if you have white teeth that are straight, that is a huge like signifier of value, because having nice teeth is a luxury. You know what I mean? So you don't have to say a word, and it's already implied that you have expendable income. You know what I mean? When you have a nice smile, and it says a lot about your cleanliness as well. So like these little things, these little covert DHVs are excellent to increase your value. So I would say take care of yourself, get professional photography. If you're overweight, get in the gym. You can't be fat. Yeah, you're going to take an L on online dating if you're fat and you're taking pictures. Like you're just going to have to make yourself look better. And then you definitely want to have at least one photo in a suit, another photo in like some streetwear, and do it in cool locations. So if you live in New York City, try to take it like under a bridge, underpass, or something like that, with the skyline in the back. Like these are, get with a photographer and shoot 1,000 pictures in cool locations in your city or a city near you, and that will dramatically increase your results just off that.
One of the things that you guys can do is go to Airbnb experiences or go to Facebook Marketplace and just find a student photographer that will do like a 3-hour shoot for $100. It'll literally cost you $100 to get professional quality photographs. You just bring a couple of different outfits. You do, like a wardrobe change, kind of like, once or twice throughout the whole shoot. They usually know where to shoot and what time of day to shoot, right? And you just get that. And I've seen guys go from like a 6 to a 9, just with way better photography, better lighting, proper fitting clothing, a nice haircut. If they have a beard, they get it cleaned up so they don't look like a hobo. Like there's work that you have to do to attract women. The problem is that there's a lot of guys out there today that feel like they should just be liked for who they are. And that's just a function of a lot of single mother households, a lot of guys that have been force fed a lot of, BS Kool-Aid their entire life, trying to convince them to believe that women should just love them for who they are. And it just doesn't work that way. Like there's work that has to be done. And it is what it is, man. Like it's always dressed in overalls and it looks like work, and most people don't want to do it.
And here's the thing too. I think a lot of guys are fundamentally unaware at like the gravity of options that women have. Like the thing is that you have to be high value as a man in 2020, because girls have more options than ever before. And I'll tell this story. So last year I was at a club in Miami, and I met this really hot blonde girl, white, she was a blonde girl, Caucasian, blonde hair, blue eyes, 5'9", 5'10", like typically what I date, right? Really attractive. And I get her number, I get her IG. I was like, hey, let's meet up tomorrow, hang out, whatever, because it was like Saturday night or something. She's like, yeah, cool, whatever. And I get her number and we're texting, and then I notice that the texting starts to stop, right? It starts to get flaky, and I'm like, oh, here we go. She's gonna flake. And then I looked at her Instagram story, and I noticed that she had was DMing Lil Wayne. She put screenshots of herself talking with Lil Wayne on Instagram. And basically by the end, he's was like, yeah, lock me in, let's meet up, whatever. So I was like, oh, well, that's why I lost it right there. And the reason why I tell that story is a lot of guys internalize rejection and get mad at the girl. And what guys need to understand is that like in between the time a girl meets you and you set the date, she might meet someone that's higher value than you and just go with him. That is why the flake rate is so astronomical. So you can't get mad at the girl, and you can't get mad, and you can't internalize the L. You just got to move on and just like accept that this is the reality that girls date up. And if someone higher value comes along, that you might lose her. Now, with that said, you can take steps to mitigate that. How do you do that? By becoming higher value yourself, so that your flake rate comes down and you're able to exert your boundaries. Because a lot of guys think, oh, why am I doing all this to get a girl? No. Wrong. You're doing all this for you. And then a byproduct of doing this for you is that you can now exert your boundaries and your authority on a woman, and she'll actually respect you, because girls date up. So if you're not above her in some manner, she's not going to respect you and defer to your authority. That's why you become high value, and the women are a byproduct of the high value. I think a lot of guys have the mistake thinking like, oh, why should I make this money and become successful for women? No, man. It's always for you. And then if you choose so, women could be a byproduct of that.
I'm glad there's somebody else saying this, because I feel like I've been beating on this drum for years, but nobody fucking listens.
Yeah. No, I mean, guys, it's a fact, man. I mean, if you do, because here's the reality, right? If you go to the gym and train or make all this money,
and this is why Myron gets results out of life. This is why he's done well in business and training and helping guys move from simp to pimp, because he's willing to see it for what it is and do the work, right? Most guys look at it and be like, it's too much, forget it.
Yeah, man. It's just like,
sorry, man, I cut you off there. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. I was just going to add to that is like, because here's the reason why you guys have to do this for yourself and not for women. When you're in the gym at 6 a.m. squatting 20 reps and 225 on your back, and you're about to puke or whatever, 315, whatever it may be, girls is not enough of a motivation to continue to pursue that endeavor of fitness. Okay. When you're grinding at home, working, trying to make this big money, girls is not enough of a motivation to continue to do that. It's got to be for you, because you'll never find the proper amount of motivation if you're using women as the only motivation to become successful. It's just not going to work, because the reality is women are flaky, they're fickle, their emotions change all the time. So if you base your validation, if you base your self-worth on a woman's validation, you're going to take an L every single time. So you got to do it for you, because you know that you know who you are day to day, every day. So that's why it's got to be done for you. And then the women can be a byproduct if you choose so.